Listen up. If you haven't started to build Snack City in your freezer yet, what are you even doing? Go to the store, buy every chicken breast that they have available, and make this spicy popcorn chicken to become the mayor of Snack City in your own freezer. Here's how you make it. Take 5 pounds or 2.27 kilos of boneless, skinless chicken breasts and cut it into 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. The goal here is to try to get every piece to be roughly the same size so that they all cook evenly when they get in the air fryer. I find that the 1 to 1.5 inch size piece is the best for this application as it helps to prevent the chicken from drying out too much. As you cut your chicken breasts, make sure you cut off any excess fat or bone fragments that the butchers missed and place all of your pieces onto a tray to prepare for the breading process. Season your chicken with a bit of salt and pepper at this step. It's going to be hard to get a well-seasoned piece of meat if we only season the breading at a later step. Move all of your chicken over into a large mixing bowl, and now you're going to douse it with about 2/3 of a cup or 75 grams of cornstarch. I like to do this in steps as I add chicken to the bowl, otherwise the cornstarch tends to clump up if you add it all at one time. So add a bit of chicken to the bowl, sprinkle some cornstarch over the top, add another layer of chicken, more cornstarch, and keep repeating until you've got all of your chicken and cornstarch into the bowl. You can then mix it around with your hands to ensure you've got an even coating throughout. The best way to do this is to put it all into a Ziploc bag and shake the bag until each piece is fully covered with the cornstarch. But when you're working with 5 pounds of chicken, you'd need a giant Ziploc bag to fit it all at once, and to save myself some time, I just use the bowl method. For your egg wash, you're going to scramble together 3 eggs, or about 150 grams worth, with 1/4 of a cup or 60 grams of the hot sauce of your choice. I'm using Louisiana hot sauce here. That's not a very spicy hot sauce, so if you like your food to be extra spicy, I would pick something that's got a little bit more heat to it. Once you get those eggs beaten together, you can pour them over your chicken and mix it around with your hands to get an even distribution throughout. Next, set up your breading station. You need your chicken bowl, a bowl for your breading, and then a clean sheet pan to store all of your breaded chicken on top of. For the breading, I use 2 cups or 300 grams of ground corn chex cereal. Now, if you don't have this, you can use a regular breadcrumb or corn flakes. But to make it, all I do is put the corn chex cereal into a blender, turn the blender on, and pulverize it down into a powder. Because I bread just about everything with ground corn chex cereal, I usually do the whole box and then store the extra in a Ziploc bag and keep it in the pantry for when I need it. So to that breading bowl, add 3 teaspoons or 9 grams of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons or 6 grams of paprika, 3 teaspoons or 12 grams of salt, and then 2 teaspoons or 6 grams of pepper, and toss that around to mix. Again, if you like spicy food, add more cayenne pepper. Whenever I write recipes that are supposed to be spicy, I always write them on the milder side, as a lot of the people who use my recipes are, baseball fans, and it will hurt their culos if I make it too spicy. So just know that you can always add more heat, but this recipe as written is probably a 3 out of 10 on the spicy scale. Alright, back to the recipe. Once you get that chicken covered in the egg wash, drain off any excess and place it into the bowl with your ground corn chex. A shallow dish with a lot of surface area would be ideal to use as your breading dish. A bowl like I'm using here can get the job done, but it makes it more difficult to do a bunch of pieces at once. In the bowl, the breading mixture is all concentrated at the bottom instead of spread out thin, so if you have a big baking dish, I would recommend using that instead of a bowl. Unfortunately for me, I don't have one. Keep working through your chicken until it has all been breaded. As you're going, shake off all the excess breading and place it on your sheet pan to prepare for air frying. You'll need to air fry this in batches so that you don't overcrowd the basket. I can usually do 5 pounds in about 5 rounds in the air fryer, and technically air fryers are just small convection ovens. So if you have a convection oven, you could place them all into a wire-lined baking sheet and then cook them in the oven. Before they go into the air fryer, spray the top with a bit of oil and then air fry at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or about 204 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes, and then shake the basket halfway through, spraying with more oil if you see any dry spots. Return to the air fryer and cook for an additional 3 to 5 minutes until it is finished cooking. Once it's done, pull it out and place the chicken onto a wire-lined sheet pan to allow it to cool. Keep repeating the batch cooking process until all of your chicken has been cooked. You may want to create a system where the cooled chicken on the sheet pan goes into the fridge once it has reduced temperature, and the hot pieces out of the air fryer go onto the sheet pan. That way you don't have any sitting at room temperature for too long if you have a lot of batches to cook. Now for storage. If you are going to vacuum seal these, you need to flash freeze them first so that they have a chance to freeze as individual pieces. To do this, all you need to do is place the sheet pan into the freezer, uncovered, for an hour or two until they have frozen solid. If you try and vacuum seal them before flash freezing, they will freeze in one giant clump and it will be impossible to get a snack size serving out whenever you want it. The pieces you see here have been flash frozen and can now go into the vacuum sealed bags. I'll include a link in the description to this vacuum sealer that I use. It has a Ziploc top, which makes it super easy and convenient when you're just grabbing a handful out to have a snack. The vacuum sealer is nice to have, but it isn't a must. I just got mine a couple of months ago. Before that, I had been using regular Ziploc freezer bags for years, and they do just fine. If you're using regular Ziplocs without a vacuum seal, the flash freezing process can be skipped. I've never had an issue with them freezing together without the vacuum seal. Just make sure that they have completely cooled before you place them into the bag, otherwise you will get moisture accumulation inside. Once you get them sealed up, move it to the freezer and they are ready to go inside of Snack City. Now let's talk about how you reheat them. You can go straight from the freezer into the air fryer to reheat. The first time that I used the vacuum sealer, I didn't flash freeze before I placed them into the bag, and I had a giant frozen ball of popcorn chicken. You can see that with the flash freezing process, I'm able to reach into the bag and grab out individual pieces with no issue. Fill up your air fryer basket with however many pieces you would like to make, and then move them into your air fryer and reheat at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius until they are hot. It can take anywhere between 3 and 7 minutes depending on how many you put into the air fryer. Just watch them closely. When they're hot, take them out and don't overcook them. Reseal your bag, move it back into Snack City, and soon after you will have your snacks ready for you to eat. You can serve these any way you want. I'll usually just dip them in a side of ketchup or mustard if I'm having them for a snack, but I oftentimes use them as a meal if I don't have anything prepped in the fridge. They are awesome when coated in buffalo sauce or a maple sriracha glaze, or sometimes I'll make a KFC style famous bowl with mashed potatoes, gravy, peas, and cheese. I have this written for the 5 pounds of chicken to be 20 servings, which is roughly 8 or 9 of these pieces. If you want exact serving sizes, weigh all of your chicken and divide that amount by 20, that is 1 serving. If you divide it into 20 servings, each serving has 191 calories and 25 grams of protein. A link to my website with the full written version of this recipe will be included in the description below. There, you can update the ingredients if you'd like to make more or less servings. I will also include links to all the products that I used in this video. That's all for now. Snack City, brick by brick.